Hi everyone, welcome to week 4, and I just wanted to take a few moments and go through the calendar for this week and get the activities kicked off and make sure you get a good start to this week, because we have a lot going on. This is a key week in this course, and congratulations, by the way, for making it halfway through the class, because that's where we are. We're about halfway through this course already. As amazing as that may seem, time flies very quickly. So looking at today, make sure that you have the final draft of your solution essay posted to the assignment link. Run that through, turn it in first, get your originality report back, and make sure everything looks good there as far as no plagiarism, and then submit your final solution paper to the assignment link. And I'll do my best to get those back to you as quickly as possible, because of course, day 7, the last day of this week, next Tuesday, is when your final research project is due. So you have my feedback on your problem definition essay, so you can get working on the revisions on that particular paper. And then I will do my best to have the solution essays returned back to you by Friday with my feedback. And that way you have the entire weekend and Monday to polish up your solution essay, do the work you need to do to combine both sections together and complete this assignment. So take a look at the assignment information as far as putting together your final research paper for these 2 sections of the report, along with the additional work you'll need to do to make good transitions from one report to the next, and add in the other elements we're looking for in this project. So check that out in the week 4 materials, and I'll provide a link here to the announcement that I've included, so you can go right to the week 4 activities and get going on those. Because on Friday I have a reading discussion board due for all of you, a response to one of the 2 questions. I'm giving you a choice this week where there are 2 questions in the discussion forum, so you only have to answer one of those questions and then provide peer feedback to 2 other students by Tuesday. And you have the choice. If you answered one question, you can go into the other question and provide 2 responses there, or you can respond to one student in one question and another student in the other question. That's totally up to you on the peer responses, but you're only required to answer one of those discussion board questions in the reading comprehension area. Saturday, you have an activity in the other discussion board where you'll be creating a visual aid. So make sure and print out the agenda. A lot of information there on how to do this assignment, and there's additional information in the weekly folder. I think you'll really have fun with this assignment and enjoy working with your peers on putting together visuals. I know I've always enjoyed putting together graphics. I usually use Microsoft Excel, but whatever application you use, make sure that you put your graphic into Microsoft Word, so that all of us have the opportunity to view it and comment on it. Monday of next week, the 25th, that's when your visual aid peer reviews are due. And then of course the big day will be Tuesday. That will be when your peer reviews are due in the other discussion forum. You can of course do those anytime before then. But the big project of course will be your final research project. That is a large percentage of your grade in this class, so make sure that's all refined and turned in and polished for next Tuesday. And I'll give you some additional feedback later in the week. Probably on Friday I'll record another video in Jing and kind of walk through the assignment and help you folks put together the final aspects of your research project. So one thing I wanted to comment on for the reading for this week, and something to take into account as you put the finishing touches on your research project. Keep in mind, folks, that when we do research projects, it's not just for us. Yes, we benefit an awful lot from the work we do, the research we do. We learn a lot, and going through the process of writing the paper and citing our sources properly. I know how painful that can be to put together an actual research project. It's a great exercise where we learn an awful lot from this experience. But I think even more importantly, and really the spirit and purpose of good research writing is to help other people out, because research writing really has its basis in joining a conversation in a professional community. For example, if you're like me, an English teacher, we have a community where we have journals and we publish articles and we publish reports that we put together, and we share that information with one another. So keep that in mind as you work through your problem definition and your solution essay and put the final revisions on your paper, that this is something that is not just for you, it's something that your peers, of course, have benefited by looking at your paper, that I benefited from, and who knows, you might even be able to polish up your paper even further and submit it for publication in some type of journal in the future. So keep that in mind, and Chapter 4 really talks about, in dialogues, the dialogue text, addressing our audience. And so I'd like you to think about that during this revision process, the impact your work has on other people, the audience that you're reaching out to. And it is basically a general audience, and the text talks about that. But we're also an academic audience, so you can target your work to me and to the other classmates, and look at it as an opportunity to share some valuable information where we can all learn from one another. And they have a great comment here in the text in Chapter 4 at the bottom of page 88, and it goes on in 89. The authors write, "If you simply choose to argue what you feel is important without regard to your audience, the only person you persuade may be yourself. An effective argument tries to establish common ground with the audience." I think that's so important, folks, that we step out beyond where we're at, typing up the report, and think about who's going to be reading our work, and try to reach out and build those bridges with our audience as much as possible. And I found the best way to do that is to be respectful, to realize that yes, we have some strong opinions, we have some strong feelings on the problems that you're addressing and the solutions that you're coming up with, and I'm sure they're great solutions based on the research that you're discovering. Keep in mind that we may not have all of the answers, but we're maybe providing some of those answers, and we're open-minded and humble, and realize that hey, there are other points of view out there. There are other ways to approach solving problems, and we need to keep that in mind and be respectful towards our audience with the work that we're doing. So we're writing in a way that reaches out and develops that bridge of communication with other people, and we're thinking about, what does our audience need? Have I taken care of all the information that they will need to make a good decision? Have I filled in all the blanks? Have I looked at it from as many perspectives as I possibly can? Have I taken into account the feedback I've received from my teachers and from my classmates, and integrated that into my work so I can reach out to a broader audience? So keep that in mind as you put together your final research project, and I'm really looking forward to reading these papers. I enjoyed reading your problem definitions, like what I see overall in the drafts to the solution essays, and I'm looking forward to reading your final submissions when those come through this week as well. But keep in mind too, your audience in this class and this final paper. I'm really excited about seeing a polished effort on all of your parts to make this a worthwhile experience for both you and me and the rest of the class. So good luck on your final research paper, folks, and enjoy the week 4 activities.